Hello, everyone. I am here to do your Aries June Tarot 2025. I'll be using Major Arcana, Rider-Waite-Smith, Osho and Tarot, and I'll do one clarification with it. The Woman Oracle. I'll go through the first, second, and third decan with Prism and I Am Shadow and Light. Then I'll do the Love department with the Angel Oracle. And at the end, I'll be using Divine Connection. All right, Aries. Well, I hope you're doing really good. That May was a fun month for you. And I can't wait to do your energies. Let's do it. Summer is always an interesting energy because everybody is off from work usually, and so the attitude, the behavior is completely different. So let's see what's up, Aries. So, two information for you. If you do speak French or understand French, I do have a French channel. You can check it out in the About section. And the readings over there are completely different. It is absolutely not a copy and paste channel. So it's actually complementary. And if you haven't heard yet, I do have a magazine for each sign. It's a 1 year project. And right now, of course, it's the Gemini season. You can check it out. It's in French and English. You can download it. Let me know if you want to print it. It is absolutely possible. It's just that, I live in France, so I put the priority for the French people. But if you really want the magazine printed, it is very much possible because I am using an international website. All the information are next to my picture. The link, you click, it's free. The picture on my channel, and here we go. You'll have all the information. All right, Aries, let's do it. Wow. Okay. All right, so the energy for June. Well, my friend, you might have a lot of water on your chart. It is very much possible. We're talking about Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. You have the moon here for the energy. The moon is water signs, but you also have the Eight of Cups and the Two of Cups. So you are swimming in the water. Maybe if you Aries, you are living near the ocean, near the sea, near a river or a lake. It is possible too. So here in June, you really have a lot of sensitivity. I think you are capturing another part of you, another side of you that is very beneficial because we have to be connected to the elements, okay? And your element is the fire. But I have the feeling that you have a lot of water, okay? Or you might have your rising, your moon, or your Venus or your Neptune. I want to add Neptune in a water sign, okay? A placement. Okay, so in the near future, oh my God, in the recent past, geez. In the recent past, Eight of Cups. Yep. You had to cut a cord. You had to leave a particular situation, but with goodwill, with love for yourself, first of all, and love for the other person or for the other group. It is very much possible. But regardless, you really had to cut a cord and say bye-bye, okay? In a very serene way. Now, the moon is here in June because I think you'll have a roller coaster of emotion. And it's also because you are still on a quest. And maybe possibly a few of you are using the moon cycle to have answers, to anchor yourself, to connect yourself, all that good stuff. But regardless, yeah, You might be in a roller coaster of emotion, but also choices to make and all that stuff. Because the moon is here to put a light on something. So to put a light on behavior, to put a light on choices to make, there's a lot of stuff. So anyway, so consciously, well, consciously, you know that you're all up here. Ruminating, overthinking, you are controlling way the F too much, Aries. Okay? Your sign is a fire sign, but it's also linked to impulsivity, to anger, to, starting a brand new cycle, starting the march to do something. Okay? Now, emotions are very healthy. Do not suppress your emotions. It's how you are going to express your emotions. Okay. Unconsciously. Well, unconsciously, you know that a very good, sincere group of people, solid friendships, will be here to tell you what, not to tell you what to do, but to suggest you to do things. Because I think Aries unconsciously, you're kind of aware of it, that you have some really good friends and they're very sincere. And if you call them, they will tell you what's up. But I have the feeling that you're not very secure. And so you're so afraid to call those friends. It's kind of weird to ask for help, And it's like the mentality of, oh, I don't want to bother you. Well, first of all, have you called first? The first step is to call the person. The second step is to be like, okay, the person will tell you, I don't have any time right now, but I'll call you tomorrow. At what is the best time for you? You know what I mean? So if you don't call the person, because that's a stupid excuse to be like, well, I don't want to bother you. What? You're controlling the situation here. You are Aries. They are not. They're here waiting for your call or helping you to suggest you some time and, some days and stuff. You know what I mean? So I think that unconsciously you forget that those friends are here. But how do you treat them also? If you're the type of person that calls people just for something, well, you call that friendship, really? I mean, it's kind of cool. If it's your only connection with them, that's not friendship. A friend really calls to see what's up, what's new, how do you feel, how's your life, da da da. That's a friend. Okay. So I'm not saying that every day, every week. No, I'm not saying this. I'm just saying that some friendships can be very much connected just with the energies, but also synchronicities. And sometimes we just think about our friends and something happened to them and, like stuff like that. So anyway, I think you get the drill. All right. So for the challenge for you in June, well, the challenge is to connect with a higher power energy. Your challenge is to understand that, some people that left this world or even animals are still here. And I think you forget this. Okay? It's part of the friendship also here. All right, the near future. Why you have that Two of Cups? Let's see. Why you have that Two of Cups? Oh boy, jeez Louise. Well, why you have that Two of Cups? Well, because you're exhausted. You're not using your energy in a good way. And I think you're burning your energy in different things, different ways that are not okay. And then you gotta go back in the past, but you gotta go back to all the karmic links, all the past childhood stuff that creates blockages right now in the present, but creates also other stuff. Okay, emotional triggers. Why am I doing this? Da 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 da. Like a lot of questions, inside of you. And you have that Two of Cups also because I think for the past few months, you were wearing a big, thick armor and being stingy with your emotions, being stingy with your words, being stingy, or maybe possibly because the Two of Cups is, the Two of Cups is telling you, hey, a dialogue is necessary. Maybe you were like totally avoidant, and especially if you're a male, very much avoidant. But guess what? The outcome is a total liberation, a total let go of a bunch of stuff. But you've been very slow, Aries. It's very interesting because you've been very stubborn. You've been very slow in your behavior and decision making and all that stuff. Because I think you're also somehow in La La Land. But the La La Land never wins, guys. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay. All right. All right. Let's do the decans because you have a total freedom and something that you are going to love afterwards. But if you don't have this important dialogue, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's the love, if it's an association, if it's work, if it's whatever, it is very much necessary. And also, you got to work on yourself. And of course, you know the answer. You got to go to the shadow, do some shadow work. It is very much necessary. If we don't go inside our shadow and face who we are really, how do you know yourself? How do you love yourself? You can't. All right, first, second, and third decan. Let's see what's up. And then we'll do the love. All right, first decan. Get lost once in a while, get lost and come back fresh. Can you look in the mirror and say, I don't regret anything? Yep. And determination. Well, you are very determined, but you are determined to do what? Your determination is for what? Your energy is for what? You know what I mean? You got to ask yourself the right questions. And especially you gotta dwindle a list of exactly what you've done and be proud of your achievement. The human brain is also always pretty much very Debbie Downer-ish, So instead of being proud of your achievement, you're like dwelling on what you didn't do. And it's like, no, You gotta be proud of your achievement and be like, okay, I've done this, I've done that. Wow, incredible, and depending on your age also, and be like, oh my God, I'm 25 and I've done this, or I'm 50 and I've done this, yeah. Okay, and then to replenish yourself, you gotta do your thing too. You gotta get lost once in a while, get lost and come back fresh. All right? All right, second decan. We got Libra in the house. Ooh, yeah. You are what you effing need. Laughter is a firework that makes the heart explode into thousands of stars. All right, so here, well, I think there's a side of you that is not harmonized, that is not balanced. Therefore, you are controlling. Exactly what I expressed regarding all the energies. You're controlling everything. You think you're not, but you are. Okay, so you got to add a little joy, a little laughter And also remember that you create your life. You, Aries, you see me here? You create your life. Not your mom, not your siblings, not your neighbor. You. And you forgot about that. And that's why you gotta harmonize everything. Okay? All right, third decan. Honesty is a virtue and keeping it is a privilege. Your new mantra, I stop whining, it pollutes the atmosphere. And you gotta do, yeah. Oh boy. So it goes back to the shadow work that I was telling you earlier. Of course, I wasn't talking to the third decan, but here it's very clear. And by the way, if you're on the cusp, you have 6 messages instead of 3. Here, this is very clear. It's like, if you don't work on the shadow work, how do you expect to understand yourself, to create things? And you got to be honest with yourself. Honest with yourself, honest with others, and then here we go, you got the ball rolling, because otherwise, bummer. All right, let's do the love department for the single people and happy to be single. Let's do it. Just for information, there's a lot of videos on my channel. And I am not just doing the monthly readings, okay? There's a lot of shorts, there's a lot of playlists, so explore. And there's a lot of timeless reading also. All right, here we go. For the love for the single and happy. You are enough. The person you are meant to be with will love you the way you are. You don't need to change. Unbreakable love. This person has genuine love for you. You can overcome any issues that may arise. And the love is worth taking risk. You are calling to move forward. You are called to move forward. Make the effort. All right, well, eventually some of you met someone. And you're scared. Shitless. Yeah, because you decided to be single and have fun. And I get it, you're probably on applications and all that stuff, but sometimes we just cross paths. So it is very clear here that just give a chance to somebody, maybe, or at least take the time. Take the time to meet them, take the time to, and especially do not stay connected to your ex and be like, yeah, my ex used to do this and you that and da-da-da. And the right person will look at you and be like, well, you probably need to talk to your ex, because it is so, you go on a date and the person in front of you is talking about their old marriages and this and that. And it's like, pal, you didn't heal, obviously. Okay, bye, next. So, yeah. All right, if you're in a relationship, Aries, let's see what's up. You have been manifesting this relationship. Everything you want will soon be yours. Let go of the need to control. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. And be honest. Heart-to-heart conversations are necessary. It is safe for you to talk about your feelings. Yep. So if you're in a relationship, well, you gotta stop controlling, as I just said earlier. And this is the Two of Cups right there. Be honest. Heart-to-heart conversation. If you are in a relationship and maybe you don't live together, and it's okay. It's actually just fine. It's even better. Having a space, your space, is super duper important. Okay? It's not because you're moving in together that, oh my God, yeah, no. It's like Separation anxiety, actually. You're signing to be with someone that you're just like, okay, yeah, it's an emotional comfort. So if you're in a relationship, yeah, you gotta, it's the Two of Cup. You gotta have a very honest conversation, but you also need to figure out, what's up. Okay? In June. All right, for the people that are looking for love. If you're looking for love, playing negative scenarios in your head is creating issues which weren't there at first. Keep in mind that you create your reality. You can't attract love with a negative mindset. The separation you are experiencing is necessary to help the relationship grow. Okay. So here, maybe, possibly, you were dating someone. It is very much possible. But the thing is, you're so afraid to F it up. You are so that sometimes your behavior is like avoidant or too attached, or, it's very ambivalent. And here, yeah, they're telling you that you create your own reality, but especially with your energy. So imagine you're dating someone and the other person is like, whoa, okay, so Monday, Tuesday, everything is fine. Wednesday, Thursday, everything is not okay. You know what I mean? So it's very ambivalent for yourself and for the other person. So make sure you're not all over the place, emotionally speaking. And if you are, you got to have a dialogue with the person and be like, apologize or express, what happened to you and all that stuff. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're a woman and you had very abusive relationship in the past, like physical, and since you were a kid, maybe, possibly, okay? And you meet somebody and that you really like, and you're like, oh my God, how am I going to deal with this while, I have such a heavy, intense background? And it's like, well, if it's the right person, she will be here, not to hold your hand, but to listen to you and not judge you and to suggest you a few things if you really want to be together. And you are doing your work, with a shrink or whatever on the side, But, and the person will be so proud of you too because you are doing some work on the side. You know what I mean? It's not like you're going on a date and you're just like vomiting all the information and you're not doing crapola about it. There's a big difference too. Okay? All right, divine connection. Let's see what's up for the final word. It goes back to the doubt, to the decision making. Yep. Okay, so in June, remember you have the moon, and I told you that it possibly will be a roller coaster of emotion, even though in the recent past you had an 8 of Cups. I think, let me tell you this, Aries, I have the feeling that in June someone wants to go back to you. Come back in your life. And of course, it puts a lot of doubt in your brain because they might, begging you. If they beg you, no bueno. If they beg you, it's so desperate. It's so desperate. You cannot have respect for someone that is desperate. Because if someone is desperate, it means that this person is capable to do anything for for a lot of stuff that is not even valid. So I think working with a professional will help you tremendously to sort of dwindle what's up in your brain, what's up in your heart, and what do you want exactly in your life. All right, Aries, I wish you an amazing June. see you soon on my channel. And worst case scenario, I'll see you in July. All right. Ciao, ciao.